All right. Today at home with Miss Joan, I am tickled to death. My cousin gave me 2 5-gallon buckets full of apples. Look here. Preacher's done helped me, and we've cut up a bunch of them, but I wanted to show you kind of what we done. See, they're just small little apples off of his tree. I think it was about 145 apples, and I weighed them, and it was 46 pounds of apples. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I cut them up here. You can peel them and cut them real thin with your knife, or I got this little gizmo online. It's cores, slices, and peels your apples. I think it's less than $30, and I am enjoying using it. I surely am. And you just stick the apple on here, and then you slide it up here close to the little peeler, and all I got to do is just go round and round and round. And if I got my trash can lined up right, look at it. It'll just fall right off into my trash can. What you think about that? I like it. Now, and I'm not the strongest thing in the world, but I'll try to get it off here. All right, look. There it comes. There's the core left on here. And I do have to have a little cloth to get this core off of here, just because I'm not real strong. Well, look at it. See these three prongs? That's what you do. And so it peels, cores, and slices at the same time. And I just love it. And I'll just show you what I do. See, it comes off almost like curly fries. Remember them things? It comes off like that. Well, it thinks, well, how and where you cut them apart? It's easy. Watch. All you do is cut it in half. And now I can throw away, see the top part that still got the peeling on it. And I look at the bottom, and look, there they are. All cut apart in individual slices. About 1/4 of an inch thick right here. Now I could turn around and fourth this if I wanted my apple pieces to be smaller, or I could have thirded it before I cut it. Look at it. I like these. They cook down really good. Well, Miss Joan, what are you going to do with these? Well, look, it turned out I've got 4 bowls, and this, when I finish these few apples, I'm going to have 5 of these bowls right here full of apples ready for whatever I want to do, which is I'm probably going to do some apple butter, and I'm going to cook down some apples and make some like apple pie filling so we can make some fried pies. Oh, I'm so tickled to death over all of these. I don't hardly know what to do. Now, what you do is you put water on here, and then I sprinkled lemon juice in each one of these to try to keep them from getting brown so fast until I get ready to get them in the pot and get them going. So I am so thankful to have these apples, and we're going to show you what we're going to do with them. Next step is we need to cook our apples. I could have done crock pots. A lot of people do crock pot, cook their apples down. You know, that'd be slow. It'd take a lot longer. I'm in a kind of a faster mode today. So, you know, I had 5 of these 12-cut bowls of apples. Well, I drained that water off of it, and then I put just a little bit of water in each one of these pots, and I'm going to have to use my electric skillet here because that's 4 bowls of apples, and I had 5 bowls. So here's my 5th bowl going into just a little bit of water. Now, and it's full. Right there. It's full. But they'll cook down, and I'll show you that here in a few minutes, and I'll tell you how long it took. But when I really talk to y'all, I'll probably tell you to, you know, how you can make a much smaller batch. Because the other day when I had some apples, I didn't have this many. I only had 2 bowls, so 24 cups. Today I got 5 bowls times 12. So anyway, we got them in water. We don't have any seasoning on them or anything yet. We're just cooking our apples down, okay? See how, and they'll shrink down and won't be near as full. These pots won't be near as full, and I'll be able to combine some of them together here in just a little bit. But we're just cooking our apples and getting them kind of soft. Remember, I told you could have put all this in 2 or 3 crock pots and let it cook a long time. I let them cook 20 minutes on my stove, 4 stove eyes, remember, in my electric skillet. So I thought I'd pause right here after 20 minutes and show y'all what they look like. See how they cook down? Y'all remember the how full the skillet was? 12-cup bowl. Well, that's 6 cups of apples is how it works out for me. Here's another one. This was a big eye on the stove, and this was a smaller one, so you can see that these are not as cooked as those. And then I got 2 on the back. I think this was my big eye in the back. See how they cook down? Now you can stop right here, see, and make, get your mixer or your food processor or a potato masher or something and make you some good applesauce. Just out of these apples. You don't even have to add sugar, but you can add sugar to make it a little sweeter. I tasted of them. Tastes pretty good even without the sugar. Then I got my other pot right here that cooked the 20 minutes. See, depends on, I got 2 big eyes here and here and 2 little ones here and here. So that's why they look a little tad different. And then here's my, remember my iron skillet? Man, that thing steamed them right on down, didn't it? There it is. 12 cups of apples cooked down to about 6. And last week I made some just apple pie filling out of 6 cups of sliced apples. And I just made it real simple. I did 6 cups of sliced apples, a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, half a stick of butter, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So I thought, well, I'll just take one of these skillets because it's 6 cups and just run this recipe, put it in the refrigerator, and I'll have me some more pie filling if we want to make some fried pies. And some of y'all want me to try that, and I'm going to cook some, and I'll probably use some of these apples. Some fried pies. But I'm putting in a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to put in a half a stick of butter. And I'm going up this list backwards. I'm going to have a half a cup of brown sugar. See, I worked all this out last week when I was doing them. But this is 1/4 of a cup. So it'll get down in the neck of this jar. Pack it down too. Pack it down. So that makes a half a cup of brown sugar right there. And then I'm going to use a cup of white sugar. Now you may not want this much sugar in yours, so you got to taste and get the taste of what your family likes, okay? But I already know this worked for our fried pies that we made last week. So, let's see me stirring all this up. I'm going to leave it where you can see fill some of the apples when you bite into the pie. This makes a wonderful, just this little recipe right here makes a wonderful filling for your fried pies. Look at that. Now, I could have seasoned this a little sooner. I was just cooking all the apples 20 minutes so y'all can see it only takes 20 minutes on the top of the stove to get it to what I call a good recipe for apple pie or fried apple pies, whatever you want to make with it. This is good. You know what's in it. You know, I buy that canned pie filling and all the time and all kind of stuff like that, but I like to make it when I got some fresh apples. All right. I can taste it. It may burn my tongue, but I know it's going to be good because I done had them the last week. Hallelujah. That's a good mixture right there if you got your 6 cups of cooked down soft apples, okay? So this is what I would let it cook. Now, if you wanted to thicken it up for your fried pie filling to be thicker or your apple pie, put your little cornstarch in it because cornstarch will not change the flavor. You can do flour, a little bit of flour, but sometimes it changes the taste just a little bit. But I'm going to leave this just like it is. Then I'm going to cool it down and put it in my refrigerator and wait on us to have some good apple pies here in whenever I can get to it. When my cousin wanted to give me the apples, I just took them. I was so appreciative to get them. All right, so I'm going to let that simmer a little while on low. Just let the cinnamon and the sugar and the butter and all that get into my apples. But that's Miss Joan's apple pie filling. And now I'm going to figure out what to do with these other 4 pans. I'll probably make some more, another pan of apple pie filling, and then I'll change over and do apple butter probably. We already made 1 skillet a pie filling. I'm going to say this skillet for pie filling. Right now I got 2 boilers, and what I decided to do with the 2 boilers is make the apple butter. This is just my recipe. There's lots of them out there, but this is just how I do it. And that iron skillet that was sitting here, you remember, it was full of 6 cups of apples. So that cooked down. When they cooked down, they yielded 6 cups. So I had 6 here and 6 here. And when I took my electric skillet and halved it, then this got 3 and this got 3. So there's 9 cups of cooked down apples right here. Now this one I have done already beat up to get ahead a little bit, but this is how they cook down. And what I do is I'm going to beat this up in this oil. Because they were kind of chunky when we were making the pie filling, remember? And we want it more like, I say mashed potatoes. A little bit lumpy mashed potatoes, I guess is how I do mine. Some people make their apple butter real runny. We don't. And if I don't like this consistency, I forgot I got to talk over this mixer. Then I'll put it in the food processor and make it even finer. But it looks like it's coming out really good. See there? It's hard to be running this thing backwards. The speed. But anyway, see, I already beat these up. This, I'm turning this into what we call apple butter. Whoa, Nelly. Lower down a little bit. Alright. Now, normally I would take an even bigger pot and combine this one into this one, okay? So, where I would have my true 18-cup recipe. But I'm dividing it in half. But I'm going to add 4 ingredients. I'm going to add 1/8 cup of ground cloves. Oh, that'd be a lot. 1/8 of a teaspoon. Wow. Of ground cloves. Now, I've already poured that in these little cups here because I'm cutting the recipe in half because of the 2 boilers. I was too lazy to dirty up another boiler. You ought to see what all preachers got to wash. But anyway, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves goes in the total recipe. And in the total recipe, I put a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. And then I do equal amounts. I do a cup of brown sugar and a cup of white sugar, okay? So that is what I have to dump in my 2 pots. My spices, my cloves, and my cinnamon's in the bottom of this one. See it coming out right there? Alright, now I'm going to just cook this, let it, the sugar's going to melt and make it a little more runny, but not what I call runny. So, I wish y'all could smell this. It smells so good. Here's my other one, just stirring it up. We'll see how much it makes here in a little bit, but the last time I made it, I believe I made 5 half-pint sizes is what it is. Now, I went ahead to the refrigerator and I'll show you. This is what I made last week. So mine looks like this. See how the color difference when it cooks down? And you water bath can it is like that. That's kind of how we like ours. Plus, you can also, it's thicker, and you can also put it in your fried pies. So you never run out of something to use it for. All right, I'm going to just let this cook a little while. You remember I had those 2 big boilers full of apples when I left you last? Well, I put them together because I was getting tired of stirring 2 bowls. So I did get out my great old big crock pot and put them both together. And then I put them over here and they cooked on high for a couple of hours. And they're just bubbling hot and I'm going to go with it, okay? I'm going to water bath can my apple butter. Oh yeah, I left this out to tell y'all. This butter pack. I read where some people put a melted butter in their jar before they put their apple butter over in there. I had never done that, but I may try it sometime. But some of you, if you do that, let me know. This is just what I call a little half pint jar. And I'm just filling it up, see it, to a 1-inch head space. And get me a paper towel, of course, and clean them off with that vinegar. Whoa, I got that getting boiling hot. All of y'all done ready, they say you don't even have to heat the stuff like this no more. It's hard for me to quit that. I'm going to quit it one of these days. Wait. Anyway, I'll let you know here in a minute how many jars I have, but I'm going to water bath can them, which means I'm just going to put them, I had hot jars, hot lids and seals. My apples is real hot, my apple butter. And then when I get this thing full, or ever how many it's going to make, I'm going to put an inch of water over the top of them. And when we come to a rolling boil, I'm going to count 10 minutes. Okay, y'all. I've taken my apple butter out. It made 6 pints and 7 half pints. But I had to take 1 pint out because it wouldn't fit in there. So it'll just go, this one will just go in the refrigerator. We'll use it right away because I didn't have room in my pot, okay? Well, I'll keep taking these out. All right, all those apples are 46 pounds and 2 5-pound buckets, and all those skillets that you saw me cooking, it yielded this right here. Each one of these has 2 cups in it. So say 6 packs of that I'm going to put in the freezer. I could have canned them, but I'm just giving out. And that's my fried apple pie filling. And then down here is the apple butter. And like I said, yeah, 6 quarts, but it didn't have room, so that's got to go in the refrigerator. We're going to eat it right away. And then 7 half pints. And so that's what you can do when somebody gives you all these apples for this time of the year, is bake you some fried apple pie filling or some apple butter. And I wanted to tell you, in the one jar you saw me filling, and I went ahead and filled the others to save time on the video, I forgot to debubble that one, but I did debubble all the rest of them. That means stick something down there and go all the way around the jar to get the air out, if you're new to canning. Well, I have really enjoyed being with y'all today. The last step is you take a towel, because my mama done it, and you cover them up because they're hot. We just took them out of the water. Of course, some of them you can tell they've already sealed, but I'm gonna put the towel over them because that's how my mama did it, and she looked at them the next morning. I have enjoyed doing this today, but I'm give out and I'm going to rest a while. My apple butter is going to rest under this towel tonight, and I'm going to rest too. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate everybody that subscribed to my channel, and I hope that some of you that haven't will, and that you'll hit that like button if you want me to keep making content like this from at home with Miss Joan.